I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. As we always say here on the MeidasTouch Network, the modern-day MAGA Republicans are not conservative. They are a mix of wannabe fascism meets idiocracy, all led by their cult leader, Donald Trump. And frankly, each and every day, Donald Trump further disgraces, I think, the word conservatism and what it means to be a conservative. Again, there's nothing conservative about these people. And I want to show you right now a video post that Donald Trump just made that proves this point. And on his social media platform, Donald Trump thanked somebody by the name of Nick Adams, who he calls a conservative, for leading the alpha male movement. I want to tell you a little bit about who Nick Adams is, but first, I want to show you this video of Donald Trump praising Nick Adams and the alpha male movement. Play this clip.
He's an American now, and we're very lucky to have him. He's up to 3 million on social media. Incredible, but he still has a long way to go to catch me. Nick Adams is also leading a great movement among young men, alpha males, teaching them about church, hard work, sports, ambition, discipline, confidence, and love of country. Thanks to all of you for making Nick and Flag's work possible. Without your generosity, none of this important work could get done. We must make sure every child in the United States loves this country and understands our Constitution. God bless you, and God bless America.
So there you have Donald Trump posting on his social media platform how great Nick Adams is, how great this alpha male movement is. And by the way, the MAGA Republicans claim that that is what it means to be a conservative. It absolutely is not. And large media networks need to stop calling the modern MAGA Republicans conservative. Call them what they are. Performative fascist, authoritarian wannabes, a complete and utter idiocracy. Because let's look at Nick Adams, by the way. And so this is what Nick Adams posts on a daily basis, by the way. And so if you were to search Nick Adams' Twitter, you would see dozens of these posts every day. I'm just going to show you a random sample of Nick Adams, who claims to be a conservative, and his alpha male movement. This is what Nick Adams writes on Twitter. He goes, "Alpha males celebrate Valentine's Day by having a foursome at the country club and going out to Hooters with the boys." He writes, "There's nothing more satisfying than scarfing down a rare 56-ounce bone-in tomahawk ribeye after a 36-hole marathon foursome with the boys." Then he writes, "I block people who drink almond milk." Nick Adams on his Twitter account writes, "Being a straight white alpha male is the toughest job in America." Mind you, this is the movement, what he calls the alpha male movement, that Donald Trump has recorded a video as part of his campaign to become the Republican nominee for president of the United States, to praise this. It is utterly insane. Nick Adams writes, "The metric system is socialist and must be wholly rejected in the USA. China, North Korea, and Canada, some of the most despotic and oppressive nations on earth, use the metric system," he writes. And he puts Canada in there, by the way. He goes, "To the Democrat cockroaches hell-bent on forcing meters and leaders upon us, I say hell no." And by the way, you may think that this is a shtick, like he's doing like an Ali G, or that this is just an impersonation. No, this is a modern MAGA Republican. This person has been doing this for years and years and years, and has been one of Donald Trump's biggest supporters. And as you saw, Donald Trump is praising all of the things that I am reading right now. The alpha male movement is what the MAGA Republicans call it. Here's another post by Nick Adams. foursome with the boys, domestic beer in the cart, ladies away at the par 3. They hate this. Who is they? What are you even talking about? Nick Adams writes, you may not like it, but I sit with my legs spread wide open. Deal with it. Accept it. Move on. Alpha male. Out. Again, this is who Donald Trump, as part of Donald Trump's campaign for president, has created a video to praise this individual. Nick Adams writes, pick up your Bible. Get in your diesel-powered truck. Go to Hooters. They hate this. Who is they and this obsession with Hooters? It is so freaking weird. He writes, when a woman is cooking dinner for me, this is how we split the responsibilities. She cooks, I eat. She cleans, I head to Hooters. That's it. That's what Nick Adams writes there. And then I'll show you a video that Nick Adams posted. And again, he posts a lot of these videos, but this is part of his, he calls this his alpha male challenge. And this was the challenge. He says, go to your local grocery store and purchase the largest bag of M&Ms you can find. Destroy the bag of M&Ms you purchased and do not let one pass your lips. Take a photo of your crushed woke M&Ms and post it on social. Make sure you tag Mars. And just so you know, this Boycott M&M campaign is because they made a green M&M look a certain way or a purple M&M. I can't even follow what these MAGA Republicans are even talking about, and nor should we, because it's not freaking normal. And so here is the video that he made as part of the challenge, where he goes, I'm done with M&Ms. Not one M&M will pass my lips until Mars issues a formal apology and releases an all-male package of M&Ms to demonstrate their commitment to gender equality. These female M&Ms are a slap in the face to men everywhere. We must band together and boycott. Here, play this video.
G'day guys, Nick Adams here. I want to speak about M&Ms. I want to speak about Mars, the company behind M&Ms. M&Ms have just released feminist M&Ms. Yes, you heard me right, feminist M&Ms. Egregious sexism of the worst and most conceivable kind. It is outrageous, it is disgusting, and it must not stand. That is why I am calling for a complete and total boycott of all things Mars, and particularly M&Ms. It will not stand. Let me say this loudly, let me say this clearly, let me say this unambiguously. Any male that buys a packet of M&Ms from today forward must hand in their man card, because they are a soft, woke, beta male feminist who has serious problems. Until M&Ms rectify this grave wrong by giving us all male M&Ms, this boycott will remain. We will not stand for this at all. M&Ms.
And then finally, here's another video that he made where he goes, he's in the near the Anheuser-Busch facility, a distribution center, and he goes, I don't care how ice cold it is. I don't care how hot the Hooters girls serving it is. I'm boycotting Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch. And this is part of MAGA Republicans' big plan of boycotting Bud Light because they made one post that included a trans activist on the post that they made. Here, play this clip.
This is a solemn day in alpha male history. I am here in Dallas, outside the Anheuser-Busch facility, and I cannot believe the betrayal that we are currently witnessing. This is Judas-level betrayal of the alpha male community, and just a week before Easter. I expect woke behavior from Starbucks. I expect woke behavior from Mars, but never ever in a million years would I have thought that a company that has marketed American flags on their cans of beer, masculine horses, all of that kind of stuff, that they would betray us in such an incredible way. So, I'm here to tell you that I like to see American flags, masculine horses, those kinds of things on my beer cans. I do not want to see some tranny liberal. It starts with a tranny liberal and it ends with estrogen and soy flavored beer. At this point, there is only one thing that we can do, and that is pour out every single Bud beer that you have. Bud Light, Kona, all of them. That is the reality. It is time to start drinking Sam Adams. I don't care how cold the Bud is. I don't care how hot the Hooters server that is serving it is. A Bud Light or Bud beer or any Anheuser-Busch beer will never again pass my lips. I'll be doing foursomes with the boys on the golf course. I'll be drinking at Hooters, always the same. And that is Sam Adams and Miller. Anheuser-Busch can get bent. The boycott has begun.
Folks, this is utterly disgraceful right now. And I know that, large media networks want to normalize this behavior and just act like, the one hand, you got the Republican Party, on the other hand, you got the Democratic Party, and you just got two political parties who are arguing, and there's extremism on both sides, and both sides this and both sides that. That's just simply not the case. And by the way, I know large media networks don't cover this. I don't know why they wouldn't cover this. Look, Donald Trump is the leader of the modern day Republican Party. It's as simple as that. He is a cult leader of this party, and he is putting messages out there praising this kind of behavior, praising Nick Adams and the alpha male movement. And so we should look into what that means, because this is someone who, again, wants to take over the country, have access to our nuclear codes, to make policies, to make decisions that affect your life and your family's life and your family's health and your neighbors and your friends and your colleagues and coworkers. This is life and death stuff. And as part of his campaign, he's praising the alpha male movement of Nick Adams, which you just saw. Could you imagine, just for 1 second, if President Biden put out a tweet praising an alpha male movement? Could you imagine what the media would do? Could you imagine the complete and utter outrage that would exist and the calls for impeachment and this and that if he just did it once? And Donald Trump does it every day, not just with the alpha male movement with Nick Adams, but I think there was a study by Media Matters that since April of 2022, Donald Trump has posted QAnon memes and he's amplified QAnon accounts close to 500 times since April of 2022. So in essence, basically more than once a day, he's amplifying a death cult, and yet this behavior is normalized. It's not going to be normalized here. It is disgraceful, and we do not call that behavior conservative. It isn't. That's what even is. That's small government. That's lower tax. What is the policy there anymore? It is not. Stop calling that conservative. Call these MAGA Republicans radical extremists, because that is exactly who they are. That's who's taken over their party, and it's completely outrageous. It's not normal behavior, and we're going to call it out here. We refuse to be gaslit here collectively on the MeidasTouch Network. Thank you so much for watching this. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 1.5 million subscribers thanks to your incredible support. Hit subscribe. It's free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out as well at patreon.com/MeidasTouch, patreon.com/MeidasTouch, and also wherever you get audio podcasts, subscribe to the MeidasTouch podcast as well. It is free. Just whatever audio podcast device, just search MeidasTouch podcast. Check us out on Instagram as well, and hit subscribe on our YouTube channel. Have a great day.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.